over a third of organizations worldwide tell us that they're still mid-transformation and that customer expectations are more stringent, more challenging than they've ever been, and that that's their top priority to continue their transformation journey. But equally, we know that only about 18% have taken transformation beyond what I would call the shop window, right? So most organizations, for very sensible reasons, start out their transformation journey focusing on the kind of front end of the business, looking at how to build, new dynamic websites, personalization, mobile apps, new social channels, chatbots, virtual agents, all of that kind of shop window stuff. But most organizations that are on this journey still haven't really brought all of that thinking right into the heart of the way they run their businesses day to day, the core of their operations. They haven't really leveraged those technologies and that thinking to drive digitization at the heart of what they do. And then the pandemic happened, right? So we know that around 2/3 of organizations told us that the pandemic created huge challenges for the way they're used to making decisions in their core operations, right? So historically, organizations tell us they relied too much on the highest paid person's opinion, not enough on data. They were challenged too much by very, very siloed systems, data that was hard to integrate, and really systems that were very difficult to change as well. Systems that were built on very, very specific assumptions and were very difficult to switch around when things needed to change, as they did for so many people. And lastly, I know that you know this too, that the workforce dimension can't be ignored. We've seen this huge shift towards home working, hybrid working, and now we're also seeing big changes in the movements in the labor force. I know that in the US, this is being felt particularly keenly, but we're also seeing it throughout Europe and through parts of Asia as well. So this really has been a perfect storm. And what we're seeing now is that organizations that are really finding their way out of this the quickest, thinking about almost how to kind of do like a jiu-jitsu move on the situation, right? Use the energy that these challenges are bringing to us to actually create change. What they're realizing is that the changes they need to make are a great way to actually accelerate that internal transformation, the use of digitization technologies and techniques to really reimagine the way work gets done. And these organizations are actually throwing away all of their old assumptions around work. Many organizations are still built this way, where they have very specific ways of thinking about the who, the what, the when, the where, and the how of work. And they make very specific assumptions about particular people needing to be in particular places at particular times, using particular systems to do particular jobs. And those assumptions fundamentally don't really work anymore. And that's really what digitization of execution in a business environment is all about. At its foundation, it's about throwing those assumptions away and thinking anew about, if we used modern tools, platforms, technologies, and processes, how can we really throw away those assumptions and remake our operating models? Leading organizations are well on the road to this journey.